It was down to your ass. Now it's down to your belly button.
All right, gotta stay now. Here we go. All right, everybody, welcome back. I hope I ever got everything right because show's been off for a little bit. Sorry about that. We had to take a little bit of an absence because, I went out of town. So, yeah. It's on me.
We don't know how to work cameras and stuff over here, so
it's on me.
We are technologically unsound, the rest of us.
We just do the talking.
Technologically inept.
Okay, so all right. Everything's working. I had to make sure because last time we were muted because of our resignation last week. But yeah, thank you, Taylor. We thank you for your service, but the show is back. Thank you. Episode 35 after all this time. A lot of things have happened. The NBA Finals, baseball, the All-Star game happened during that time. Home Run Derby was pretty entertaining.
The Cup finished up too.
The Cup, that's right. The Cup finished up, and
the expansion draft,
NBA Finals,
NBA, yep.
The NHL draft. Did you say that?
Yep. And then the
expansion NASCAR races.
Have you have those written down?
Do I have them written down? I absolutely do not.
Okay, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out as we go.
Do you at least have Anthony Alfredo's places?
I didn't even think about NASCAR.
Zach, I know it's been 2 weeks, but you remember the show that we're on here?
Okay,
some of us are still on vacation. It seems
we're all rusty right now. We're gonna get back to it.
Working out the kinks.
Oh, yo, actually, wait, Alex, Kevin, what's going on? I gotta introduce you guys. Yo,
hello.
Hey, what's up? Zach and Zach's still over here.
Hello.
Hey. Oh, geez. So, I'm guessing, guys. I've heard that Buffalo is ecstatic of what the Buffalo Sabres are doing right now. Everyone is thinking Stanley Cup next year. Everything, right?
I'm so ready. Cup crazy 21.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right?
More like Shane Wright crazy 2022. If we're being real.
Right. What? Wait, what?
More like Shane Wright crazy 22.
He's the top prospect next year.
He's the top prospect. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's like Connor McDavid of this class. Come on.
Maybe not McDavid, but
up there.
Maybe like another Eichel. Because he's a good player.
Okay.
We would love to have a player like a Jack Eichel.
So I'm guessing another tank, basically.
I wouldn't necessarily call it a tank per se.
Just another season.
We're not going to call
it another Sabre season.
What I will definitely say is we're stockpiling picks for the future. We did that with the Reinhardt deal because that was a 2022 first round pick. Mm-hmm. Of course, we did that with the Ristolainen deal, getting the 14th pick with the Russian kid that got 1 point in 22 games last year. But we won't talk about that.
Yeah.
But they're building.
I'm not looking too much.
They're building for the future.
Yes.
They're tearing down the core of Ristolainen, Reinhardt, Eichel eventually, and they're bringing in a new guard, Cousins, Power, Dahlin, hopefully, etc.
Even though the Reinhardt return is still very underwhelming to me.
I agree, but I think Adams he said he wanted a first round pick and a prospect. I think what Levi did in the World Juniors for Canada, playing to the gold medal game, hurt. That does say a lot.
It's still the only hockey played last year. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's tough. But I think I rest easier knowing that we still have Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen and
Eric Putillo.
Yep, Eric Putillo, and we're not goalie heavy right now, but 3-4 years down the line, who knows? We very well could be.
Yeah, but the fact that we got Luukkonen and Portillo, like a goalie prospect isn't what I was looking for in that deal. Like, even if you get a prospect forward that, even if he doesn't project to be a top 6 forward, but maybe like a top 9 forward, I could have accepted that a little bit more. And then the fact that the first round pick is lottery protected, either lottery protected or top 10 protected. I can't remember.
It's top 10.
It is top 10. Okay.
Yep.
So that bothers me a little bit. Not that I expect Florida to be in the top 10. I expect them to be, somewhere in the 20 range. Mm-hmm. That I expect that pick to be somewhere between 20 and 31. But just by chance, if by chance Florida just runs into a ton of injuries and they have a rough year and they jump in the top 10 in the lottery or something, and we don't get to use that pick, we have to wait another year for it. Like that's that bothers me a bit. At least it wasn't a conditional pick that if say Reinhart didn't resign, it's not a first, it's a second or something like that. At least it's not that, but still, I would have liked the chance that it could somehow, if, like I said, if Florida has a rough season, that pick ends up in the top 10 and we, get the cash in on that. But again, like I said, likely it's going to be somewhere between 20 and 31, but I don't know. I'm not crazy about the return.
Well, and then
all of a sudden I was hearing Frank Vetrano's name for some reason. Why?
Well, that's I saw from the night of the draft, because it was like the deal was starting to kind of come to a close late Friday night, late in the draft, and I saw that it was Chad Dinaminis from Twitter. He threw out that name. He was like, "That's the roster player name that I've heard to be in a deal." It was expected that there was also a roster player thrown in the deal, and that was the player that was. That he said he's heard could be in the deal. And then when the deal was wrapped up the next day and became official, there wasn't a roster player involved at all, apparently. Not that I was really all excited about Frank Vetrano, but I mean,
because we're not tanking.
Right. So, I mean, I'm not all too concerned with that, but still, it would have been at least nice to have, any sort of player at least filling in, replacing his spot that is NHL ready.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
At least we got an NHL player in the Ristolainen deal.
Yeah. Someone described him as basically Ristolainen, but maybe not quite as good, but a lot cheaper, and he's left-handed.
Well, I mean, if we're not tanking, I guess that's the perfect guy to bring back.
Yeah. The fact that you got a first round pick in there, 14th overall in the
and
list.
A second round pick, not till 23, but I mean,
right.
Still.
Yeah, but 2023 is going to be a good class. We're probably not going to be quite ready still to make the jump to competing yet. So that pick will still, help. And who knows, maybe it'll be a high second if things don't go well for Philly in a couple of years.
Which very well may not.
Yeah, because they, Claude Giroux's aging and Voracek's aging, although that, there was rumor of him getting dealt. But, who knows? I mean, but I was absolutely thrilled with the Ristolainen return. That's why it's such a huge,
what happened?
Between
both deals.
I was thrilled, earlier in the day when I found out about the Ristolainen return. I'm like, that's an awesome trade by Adams. So happy with that. And then just so underwhelmed from Reinhart, because I'm like, oh, if Ristolainen got you this, what's Reinhart going to get you? Because Reinhart's way more valuable than Ristolainen. Right. But so it was just very underwhelming.
It's time to buckle your seatbelts now, because now that Reinhart and Risto are gone, the only guy left that could be traded is Eichel.
We'll get to him.
No, there was a big big thing that literally the Flyers way overpaid for Ristolainen, but there was a reason why the Flyers did it. I mean, because they needed a.
There was a report that said that they were eyeing Ristolainen for 3 years.
Yeah, which
3 years
makes me think, why haven't we done this 3 years ago then?
Yeah,
we've been asking for him to be traded for 3 years.
If we got a first round pick, a second round pick, and a roster player now, what were we gonna get from him 3 years ago?
Yeah,
I mean, jeez, Botterill, jeez.
But teams, that's like how Sebastian mentioned. There was a reason they traded for him. Teams love big right-handed defensemen, and I don't understand it. I don't understand the love for right-handed defensemen, but because most people in the world are right-handed. That's just statistics.
So you would think it's easier to find,
right?
Yeah,
it's the opposite. Say for baseball, it's more valuable to find a left-handed pitcher. It's it's a little more valuable to have a left-handed pitcher, but hockey, right-handed defenseman. Why is I never understood that, but I don't know. I'm not a hockey scout or whatever, coach, general manager. I'm not, so I don't know what they look for in that.
You are in NHL.
I do love no, I don't love the NHL. I love hockey, but
I think Philly got desperate because Carter Hart, first of all, was very underwhelming last year, but Philly kind of blamed that on their defense. So overpaying for Ristolainen, getting Ryan Ellis in that deal from Nashville. So
they're definitely trying to bolster up that defense. They want to get into the playoffs next year. And with the divisions going back to normal, I think it might be easier for them.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. We've said for a while now, we're like, oh, get the possibility of getting first round value for Ristolainen is long gone. We missed out on that chance 3 years ago. Right now, we're essentially just getting rid of him to move on and get whatever we can. But you know what? there's always desperate general managers out there, especially in the NHL. There are a lot of NHL GMs out there that just make a lot of terrible trades. It happens quite often. So,
Seen our
Adam
fair
Larson
share
for
of it.
Taylor Hall.
yeah. So we could have done
PK Subban for Taylor Hall.
we could have done Rasmus Ristolainen for Taylor Hall years ago,
Yeah.
but we didn't. So
And we ended up with both of them on the team.
that's at one point, yeah, for a few months.
And now Boston just signed him long term.
Great.
Great.
You see all these segues we're making here?
Yeah.
Always comes full circle.
Yeah.
Always comes full circle.
Full circle. Soul circle.
We're gonna watch a game. And they're gonna be like,
like
here's
a circle.
former Saber. You know.
It's not like a triangle. It's
Oh
like
my
a
God.
circle. All right, we get the shape.
All
Let's
right.
move
So
on.
all right. NHL draft guys. Sabres
Yes.
number 1 overall selection.
Sabres took a lot of Russians, but yeah, Owen Power.
Go blue.
Owen Power.
Go
Which
blue.
was
Yeah, dude.
shocking the Russians.
Yeah. So many Russians.
We
I think you guys were always talking about we all needed Russians on our team.
Right. Yeah.
but they're
Yeah.
good hockey players.
That's
They're good at the hockey over there.
Yeah.
Ovechkin, Kucherov, there's a lot of guys.
Finneganov,
Yeah.
Like
Kolik. He wasn't Russian. Never mind. Scandinavian.
just Finnegan. Yeah, he wasn't, but
Yeah.
I like it. Taking chances on
Skill
some
guys.
Russians. Yeah, a lot of skill and speed throughout the draft. I like that because I'm so used to us like I feel like we've drafted like a ton of defensemen over the last several drafts, which is fine.
Mhm.
But
And Owen Power
we-
is a big defenseman. He's a big.
right,
Yeah,
but
6'6".
number one
we did do
number one
that, yeah.
overall. Yeah, number one
Yeah.
overall. We took the guy who was supposed to be number one overall, so I don't have a problem with that. But for years we haven't really had much of a forward prospect pool. So I feel like it was about time that we had a draft where we just took a ton of shots. Threw a lot of darts to the dartboard on
Yeah.
just a bunch of skilled kids with a lot of speed. Hopefully we at least find we at least find one gem. I'm not asking for all these kids to become good, but at least one of these kids becoming a gem or a surprise.
One of these little Russian kids.
Yeah.
I think 2 of them played on the same team last year. So
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So is Owen Power like perfectly ready for the ice
Nope.
this season? No.
Nope.
no,
He's
he's
about-
got to come back to Michigan, win a national championship,
Which
and then he,
Which
Yeah, okay.
they should absolutely win the
Well,
national
okay.
championship. If they don't win a national championship, I don't know what.
I don't know. Something
That-
wrong-
whoever their
something wrong
coach is should just be fired because that team is going to be absolutely loaded.
Literally three of the top 5 picks, and
Four of the top five.
four with Luke Hughes going there.
Yeah, he hasn't even played
4
with
of
them
the top
yet,
5 picks are Michigan guys.
Yeah.
Kevin, you got to be feeling good.
he's loving it.
Hey, that's your recruiting pitch right there.
And the
You
Sabres
see the
apparently got
draft?
the best of the bunch too.
I'd say so.
And we
And we have their goalie too.
Yep.
Starting goaltender.
So he also says that he wants to go back to college as well, which part of it I think is
Can you blame him though?
Sabres are terrible.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
It really makes sense all around. Like he didn't really get to have a full year, full like actual year of playing college hockey. Last year was all weird, obviously, with the pandemic. And then
There was a pandemic.
no, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
But
Was that like 4 years ago?
feels like it.
Yeah.
But and then and the fact that he isn't quite NHL ready, and we're not going to be competing next year, so don't throw him into a losing culture.
Nope.
Kind of like what we did with Sam Reinhart from the start. We were obviously going to be tanking that season for Eichel, even though we're not tanking next year. We're most likely we're going to be losing team, so don't throw him in there and get him accustomed to losing.
Oh.
Let him go win a national championship, hopefully at Michigan, tear it up, and maybe he joins the team in late March, April, and maybe he'll get a look then, and then he'll be full-time NHL season after, most likely.
And then what about the 14th guy? He's
Joshua.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Isaac
yeah.
Rosen?
1 point in 22 games.
Buffalo,
Super sick.
drafted Rosen.
Super
Yes.
sick.
Just took a few years.
Yes.
I don't-
It took him.
Isaac Rosine, I think
Mm.
it's how it's pronounced. It's like Isaac Rosine. I
Hi.
believe it is.
Um,
Isaac.
yeah, there's that one, and I mean, it was a whole bunch of picks after that. I mean,
A lot of tough names. To
A lot of
pronounce.
yeah, a
Russians.
lot of.
We might have the longest. We might have drafted the dude with the longest name in the draft, William von Barnakow. Barnacow.
Yeah, I remember in that. I'm like, yeah, that's a long one.
They're gonna have to go like around.
Yeah.
Jersey.
That's
So
With back crest.
did he top name in the organization? Now? Did he surpass Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen?
You mean with most letters?
Just
or fun to say?
Fun to say.
No.
no.
Luukkonen's
No.
I mean,
Luukkonen's easier to say for sure.
Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. I mean, how? Like, come on. I mean, that
True.
it's easy to
Set
say. It
the
rolls
bar.
off the tongue. Almost everyone can say it. Almost, Jeff.
Hmm.
You know, but
Not naming names.
we're not name dropping here.
Okay. So there's that NFL draft. Now there's an expansion draft. That was a shocker.
They
the past
actually-
year.
Seattle.
You know what? They
There was
actually
a-
ended up coming away with some decent names.
Yeah, they did, but then they also passed up on a lot of people, and they also saved a lot of cap space.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was the theme of their draft.
Yeah.
It's just unless you're an expiring contract, we're not going to take any
Yeah.
money on the books.
Yeah, I mean that remaining unprotected list is way better than the actual roster.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Tarasenko, you got Price. You know, what I mean, they did take, Yanni Gord. He's gonna be all right.
That was I was glad they did that because people talked about, do they take a lot of bad contracts to try to get picks in return or something like that, but I'm glad at least in that case they want Yanni Gord instead of like
Tyler Johnson.
saving Tampa from Tyler Johnson's contract.
Yeah.
So they took actually a pretty solid depth player from Tampa away, and he'll probably be a top 6 forward for Seattle.
I would think so too.
Yeah.
So is Giannis Donskoy. I mean,
Yeah.
he's one of those expiring deals, I'm pretty sure, but I mean, he's a decent little talent. He was all right in San Jose, had some flashing moments.
Mark Giordano, that was the big one.
Yep, he'll probably be their captain,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I heard they might trade him.
which is
If-
also
if we
possible.
could, yeah.
Trade him to
Yeah.
a contender
Yeah,
because he's older.
yeah.
You don't want. He doesn't want to.
But the thing is,
What?
if they do that as well too, they're gonna have to find a way to get to the cap floor
yes,
because obviously they have a ton of cap space, and I wouldn't are all the top free agents are they gonna gun after all of them? Like,
they should have took Jeff Skinner.
that
would've solved their problem.
would have helped them get to the cap floor.
well, then we would have had the problem again at the cap floor.
Right.
They could have taken Carey Price. That's $10 million that
Oh,
could have gotten into the cap floor.
Oh.
And his contract isn't expiring. So like, who are they gonna who like out of this list here? Like, who are they gonna like build around? Like, if you want to, if you're trading Giordano, your list is like Jordan Eberle, Adam Larson, Borgen, I guess, Brandon Tanev, Donskoy, Vince Dunn, Yanni Gord, and Jared McCann. I mean, those are really your only like names there. So who do you build around?
don't
Is
know.
that name not on the roster yet?
It could be they have how many defense? They got to trade some of them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So I would
Yeah.
think they would trade, a few of
think they
them
have
to
10.
get some forwards. Yeah.
Can't.
Like they can't play all of them. So
and those are some names that they're not going to want to just let go on waivers
right.
without getting
Yeah.
anything for them.
Like Borgen's one of the cases where if they just decide to try to sing him down, you have to go on waivers.
Right.
Which we could hope he does. We could hope that they do that because we
Then we
pick him
just
right
take
back
him,
up. Yeah. And then we lose nothing.
I would imagine we're high up on the waiver order, if not first.
Yeah, we should be. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Also, they didn't. I didn't look at every team's protected list or players that were unavailable, but I thought for sure there would be a better goalies available, not named Carey Price.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Because
I think a lot.
I thought they could have came away with better, at least one like NHL caliber starter. Like I don't
Right.
like none of their names were like that guy's good enough to be a starter. I didn't see any of those on there.
Chris Drieger was like the only guy, and they took him, but
yeah.
I mean, yeah,
that
but
was really it.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That was kind of
That was a
surprising
little
to me.
puzzling,
because
yeah.
there's a lot of teams out there that have like 2 starting caliber goaltenders on their team.
Everyone probably just went with the 7-3-2. Or no, I'm
I was
sorry.
gonna say,
You couldn't do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't think that was the thing.
No.
Yeah.
The 7. No, don't listen to me. Don't listen.
No, no, but this expansion didn't have Fleury on this one, so they didn't have a very veteran goalie to be sitting there.
And besides price, but that contract is a little too risky. I don't blame them for not
Too much
taking
money.
that one.
Too much money.
Too much money, still
Yeah.
too much term. You never
All right.
know when he could fall off, and his injury obviously is
All
bad.
right, we gotta talk about something fun now, right? Though, how about some mock trades for some guy, or he might not even get traded. Who knows? Maybe.
Let's hope.
But I know you guys want to talk about it. Just one more thing about the Sabres, guys. There's one more thing. There's a lot. There was a lot to get through, but this is the last one. Is always the best one. Is where is Jack Eichel gonna go?
Well, he made it past the draft.
Yeah,
and he's still here.
I saw 2 different reports today. His agent saying that he'll be traded in the near future, and then Adams saying he would be all right if he's here in the preseason.
Well, with Adams, like with that press conference when they asked him about Eichel, like you could tell by his facial expressions that he just did not want to talk about Eichel. Yeah. He just wants to move on. And I think he was waiting for his agent to be the one to say, like, yeah, we're working towards a trade. Like, I don't think Adams wanted to be the one to say it.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, they're not budging from his price, and
which is good. They should not.
No. Ooh. And if they don't budge from his price, he's not gonna not show up because he didn't play. He didn't play most of last year. He's gonna want to show that he can still do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
and then I'll look at it as like, all right, I'll show what I can do, and then now I have all the power because my no movement clause kicks in, so I get to say where I go.
Right. Mm-hmm. I think I've said this before, but he could very well be more of a trade deadline piece.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously not a rental because he's got at that time like 5 years left on his deal, but if he shows that he's still MVP caliber, his value could even go up.
Mm-hmm.
So it could still work in both of our favors.
There was a report I saw. I don't know if you guys don't like it, but there was a mock draft that says that the Leafs would get him in a 3-team trade.
That's just
what are they giving up? Because they can't afford to take.
No, they could, but I saw it. It was like the first. It was like the first story.
Yeah, the Leafs.
They would have to be giving up a Marner in that deal. So not even just to the Sabres. I'm saying like in a deal, like just to get rid of salary. Like,
we would need the second best player coming back if we're not getting
Wayne Simmons. I want Wayne Simmons back.
So we need to get to the cap floor.
Hey. I mean, we got what it's now 37 million in cap right now. We got without everyone being re-signed right now because free agency is about to begin, right?
Yeah.
So it's always 37.
But then again, who's gonna want to come? I really don't want to overpay for anybody because we're gonna have to.
Oh well, it's gonna happen.
This is what you can do.
Do what Arizona's been doing.
Take on bad contracts. Get picks for it. Get Braden Holtby from Vancouver if you want. If you want to bring in a goalie,
you might as well. You need a goal. So, and then. I forgot the other name that I
there was
Tyler Johnson.
Tyler Johnson. There you go.
I would I know I just said that I'm glad Seattle didn't help out Tampa by taking Tyler Johnson, but they already lost, a Yanni Gord, so it would be a little bit better now. But yeah, I would like Tyler Johnson would I think be like perfect for our team. He's a veteran center.
And Tampa's gonna have to get under the salary cap next year.
Yeah. They're going to actually.
Oh, yeah. Where are those penalties?
Because, I mean, now with Gord gone, they're not 18 million over the cap anymore, but I'm sure they're still grossly like probably $15 million over the cap that they're going to have to get under unless someone magically gets hurt at the beginning of the year. I mean,
yeah. But yeah. So I think Tyler Johnson would be like perfect, like first, second line veteran center for Cousins and Middlestead to kind of sit behind and, to take some pressure off them at least.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think it'd be decent,
I don't know. I can't wait to see this.
And he's been part of back-to-back Stanley Cups now. He's been a part of winning teams, so he can hopefully bring some of the culture here.
Well, it's funny how they always mention that, but the only thing they talk about right now in trades is Aaron Rodgers. But at least they finalized the deal for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I guess
he'll be back for one more season just so he could part ways.
The last dance.
The last dance. Yep.
Good old Aaron Rodgers. To lose to the Bills in the Super Bowl.
There we go. Now we're talking. All right, so let's go one more. Let's go New York Yankees.
Oh boy.
Is it boy to this one?
I don't even know if this is worth talking about.
I heard Chapman's the best closer in the MLB right now.
He's back on track, actually.
Oh, okay.
He got the save on Saturday. Won the only game of the series, or shut down the only game of the series for him, which was the one game they probably shouldn't have won this weekend. Actually, Friday nights wasn't as great, but they should have won Thursday. They should have won Sunday, and then they found a way miraculously to win Saturday. They should have taken 3 or 4 in Boston, at least split.
I want to know how many times in MLB history that a team's pitcher has thrown a no-hitter through 8 innings, and then
with a 4-run lead,
right, and then lose. Because I bet it's not much. I could probably count on this many fingers how many times it's happened or less.
One hand.
At least,
it might only be one of these.
Unless there was game, like the only the only way I could have seen that is if it's like, just a 1-0 game and the team's getting no hit.
Right. I mean,
but like
I'm
4-0
sure that's
is
happened.
still very, very much of a comfortable lead. Now, granted, the Yankees have been doing this all year. Like it's not just like the bullpen's obviously been an issue. We've blown how many games this year? But at the same time, a lot of those games were games that we should have put away much earlier in the game. Opportunities where we've had the bases loaded and we didn't come through. And we're sitting there at the end with a 3 or 4 run lead when it should have been like a 6, 7, 8 run lead. And the other team should have just been putting out some bum reliever to just save their arms. And, they're the bats are on the other team are like, all right, well, this one's over. We'll get them tomorrow.
But you know what? We face adversity a lot, Al. That's the main message here.
Yeah. Oh, they have. And how many? And they've responded every time, Boone says, or they've responded often, he says. Well, if that's the case, we would have responded. We faced a ton of adversity through April and May. Beginning of June or somewhere in that range should have been when we went on a run. But yet we go on a little bit of a run, win 3, 4 or 5, this and that. And then we we go lose 3 in a row. So we face adversity a lot and we bounce back, but then we don't sustain it. And we face more adversity.
Hey. There's something good to look forward to. The trade deadline's coming up.
That's true.
Yeah, well,
the Yankees kick the tires on
never know
Story.
what could happen.
And that's the thing too with the Yankees is they're still only 3.5 games out of the second wild card.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. They're not making the playoffs.
No,
they won't.
I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying it's like
I understand what you're saying.
The season's still far from over.
Right? Yeah. Like they could totally turn it around, and they've, like you said, they've showed like glimpses of it, but it's like they have weeks or weekends like they just had, and they just rip your damn heart out. Like, are we watching the Mets? Do we need to cancel the season?
It's what it's looking like.
Whoa.
And, there's Mets fans who said like a lot of the stuff they're seeing about what Yankee fans are saying about Aaron Boone. A lot of Mets fans are saying like we were just saying that 2 years ago about Mickey Callaway.
Yeah.
So like it's just that's what's frustrating is like the season's still far from over. They'll go like they have Tampa this week and then they have Miami, Baltimore, Seattle, like all winnable series.
Oh, Seattle's a good team now. Apparently.
Seattle,
that's true.
Yeah.
We did take 2 or 3. I can't really buy into Seattle. But,
For all you sports bettors out there, I saw Barstool Sportsbook put on Facebook today that Seattle is the best team against the money line this year.
Is that right?
They have the highest win percentage versus the money line. So go bet on Seattle.
Interesting.
Ooh, that's an interesting stat.
Well, anyway. So, but like, I'm not saying like this current team right now
All right,
will make the playoffs. I've watched too many games. I've seen too many.
What do you need? What do you need, Al? Come on. There's some predictions right here.
Max Scherzer.
They need an outfielder.
Okay.
They need.
All right. What else?
Trevor
Give me some.
Story.
If they get Trevor Story,
You need a shortstop. Yeah.
No, man. See that play Glaber made the other night?
Yeah.
Like, it was Jeter-esque.
Oh, okay.
like,
And he's starting to hit the ball.
Glaber's, he's hit or miss, but I still haven't given up on Glaber yet entirely.
So, got a weird prediction here. It says Anthony Rizzo will end up on the Yankees.
Rizzo!
I don't think so.
Rizzo!
I think he's the one piece that the Cubs don't move from. Or one of them.
No, the Cubs are going to sell.
Talking about the Cubs.
No, they're going to sell. I just think Rizzo might. I think Rizzo's the one.
I think Javier Baez. I think
Baez, Bryant.
Baez is going. Baez got to go.
Brian can play the outfield.
Yeah, Brian plays everywhere.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah.
And then there was someone that said that apparently the Yankees would give Trevor Story some time in center field as well, which we would need.
Do you know where he's predicted? You know where Story's predicted to go?
Where's that?
Mr. Moneyball, the Oakland A's.
Well, that would just
That should be a rental
it would be a rental.
It would 100% be a rental.
because they're not paying him.
Well, I mean, they're second on division, so the Athletics are going to win. We got to win the last game of the season. That's all we got to do.
Anyway,
that's all we got to do.
But if they could, that's a lot of people think that the Yankees should sell, and I'm like, I mean, I get what they're saying, but for one, what pieces do they have to really sell that you would be okay with getting rid of? Like the most valuable piece is Judge, and I'm not trading Judge still. I don't want to trade.
Wait, you're not going
to
trade. You're not going to trade Judge. You're not going to trade Stan. You're not going to trade.
Stan could go. No, Stan could go, but no one would take him. So like all the pieces that Yankee fans say like they would be cool with trading, like myself, no, you wouldn't get anything for them. No one would want them. So so there's really no other option but to buy. And also on the other side of it too is I don't think you could just let the season go to waste because you have Garrett Cole locked up for how many years? You got 8 more years left.
Yep. At $325 million.
Yeah.
Yep.
How many of those years can you guarantee he's still going to be a top flight starting pitcher?
Well, without the pine tar, we don't know.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
He still has been really good. I mean,
Yeah.
the velocity
He had a rough stretch, and then his last 3 starts were phenomenal.
unstoppable.
Yep.
And then his last one Friday against Boston was shaky. Shaky. I mean, he got through. He was at 70 pitches through 4 innings.
Say what you will about the spin rate, but his velocity is still up.
Oh yeah, no, he's still very good. And so, but the point is you gotta try to win for at least you definitely have to go for it. First, most of the years of those contracts, toward the end, you're not going to get the best of Garrett Cole. So you got to continue to try to go for it while you have him at the top of his game. And you still have, this core that you've made a run with for a few years now and you haven't gotten it done with. You still have a lot of money on the line. You gotta try to go for it. That's just my thoughts on it. I just don't think there's not, like I said, there's not a piece on the team that you're going to get really valuable pieces for anyway if you did want to sell. So I'm still trying to buy. I'm still trying to compete this year. You don't necessarily
Anthony Rizzo.
you necessarily don't have to win the World Series. I mean, obviously you want to, but you got to at least try to get into the playoffs. I won't call it. Not saying it'd make it a successful year, but you got to at least try.
I just done a quick thing for the baseball trade deadline because I always like to look just what players are just projected, what big players are going out. Our big names are Joey Gallo. He's in our big names.
Gallo. They need a lefty bat in that lineup.
Joey Gallo's out. And then what's the other one? There's another one in here. Max Scherzer's an oddball one too. He might be. Nationals might want to sell him.
He's open.
As well. Yeah,
he's open to it,
and they really should. I mean, their window's kind of closed. I think, and they could still get a ton for him. And he's 37, 38 years old, and they could still get a boatload for him.
Oh yeah,
so they might as well.
Oh yeah, of course. Now we're on the honorable mentions, so I know, Alex. Hopefully you make the playoffs. That's all I gotta say. Hopefully.
We'll see. Like I said, only 3.5 games back. They very well can. It's just
all right. So we had a lot of honorable mentions. Honestly, I'm going a blank right now, but let's go.
I have a few of them written down if you need help.
I'll go quick first one. I'll go the oddball one at what someone said in the chat. I mean, the NBA draft is that coming up?
Thursday.
Right? Thursday. That's
Thursday
right.
night.
Oh, jeez. Is that our caller? Okay, good.
No,
our caller.
Well,
we know we get a ton of them.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
yeah. We get a haul of such.
They had a decently big trade today. The Memphis Grizzlies traded Jonas Valanciunas.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And pick 17 and 51 to the Pelicans for Steven Adams, Eric Bledsoe, big contract get rid of. Pick number 10, 40, and then a protected 2022 first via the Lakers.
Oh.
So basically,
it's a big one.
Yeah, basically the Pelicans are offloading Steven Adams and Eric Bledsoe, giving up some picks to do it, and maybe try to get Zion some help.
Is Steven Adams the Australian one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like him. I like him.
I like the deal for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, it's a good deal for the Grizzlies. Yeah.
Yeah, get picks, and they're not really competing right now. So
veteran pieces that can still help too. I mean,
and they have a young core, so they can wait a few years to get things rolling.
One more pick for the Knicks, right? Where the Knicks?
Oh, what about the Knicks?
What about them?
We got 2 first round picks.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
We'll see. There's a lot that could happen.
You don't want that. I hope the Knicks don't turn out that Team USA team, right? Or Team USA, because they ain't good.
No,
they're not good. KD's gonna go join the women's 3-on-3 team. I mean,
no, he's gonna take his talents to France.
Yeah,
which speaking of, there's 3-on-3 basketball in the Olympics. What?
Yeah, there's women's 3-on-3, and they're undefeated.
I saw that. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
and that was talking Olympics.
Well, we had it's bad. It was basketball. So
I don't know how the U.S. is this bad. I don't know what's it makes no sense. I understand this isn't our complete A squad, but
our E squad should still be the best.
This is still an NBA. This is still an NBA All-Star team essentially.
Yeah. Damian Lillard, Kevin Durant, doing nothing out there.
Well, Damian Lillard said he was a lot of these foreign players are different playing for their country as opposed to playing in the league. So he basically saying like some of the average players in the NBA that are from other countries playing for their team where they're like the star player, they're playing like an actual star for their country.
And a lot of these guys, like they came up playing in their national league, so it's kind of some familiarity there.
Yeah, and the NBA,
but again, they're still going
the USA changes like every single like 4 years, so
there's no chemistry yet.
Yeah, they throw over the 1 year when they were like better than the Dream Team, like let's throw LeBron, throw Kobe, throw Durant. What was that? I think it was like 8 years ago or something like that.
Probably.
Yeah, when they just had like the basically the entire All-Star team on there. Other than that, okay. Zach,
hello.
We need another honorable mention.
Yeah. That's about all that's going on in the Olympics, so we're good there.
Yeah, exactly.
The Bucks won the finals.
Oh yeah, the Bucks, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Milwaukee Bucks.
Good for Giannis.
So
very good for Giannis.
I'm surprised they came back. I am just Antetokounmpo went on an absolute tear.
He went on a tear, and
Chris Middleton,
Drew Holiday, and a lot of people were like, really, going at Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, saying that these guys aren't good number 2 and 3 options, but proved everybody wrong.
Yeah, Drew Holiday was always a good role player, but he was an all-star for a bit when he was young. He was with the 76ers. He was the guy. Then he turned to a role player, but yeah, he's still got some game.
Yeah,
I mean, nobody was taking that from Giannis in Game 6. I mean, he said this thing's ending tonight.
Yeah,
I mean, dropped 50 points. One of the most dominant performances I ever watched.
Yeah,
got 50 points. Then he got his 50 nuggets from Chick-fil-A the next day.
Yeah, that was so not 49, not 51, 150 chicken nuggets. 50. And then that video, you saw the video when the kid went up and touched the trophy in his car, and he was all happy he touched the trophy.
Giannis was like there's been so many like wholesome videos like from him. Like, since it ended, it's been really cool to see. He seems like such just a cool dude, such a nice dude.
It's just
good for him.
Nice to see somebody that stayed loyal to a small market team that drafted him, like get rewarded for it, not just go join the Nets or the Lakers and just build a super team.
And he said that too. He said in his press conference, he's like, I could have went to a super team and won it that way. He's like, I wanted to win it the hard way, like this. And I'm pretty sure he said it to Middleton too. He was like after when he was on the floor getting interviewed, and that he pretty much said like, we've been here together, and
they were on the team. They were the last 2 members of the team that I think it was 2012, 2013, the year they got the second overall pick. They went 17 and like 65, and they won, I think, 18 games in the playoffs. So that goes to show. And
Giannis didn't even play much at all back then. He was such a raw like talent. He was like a 60 overall in 2K.
Yeah,
insane. He was simply just a freak athlete. But, didn't have had all the tools, but just didn't have like the skill set yet. And then he developed into an absolute monster.
Yeah, grew into his body.
Only 26 years old still.
Yeah, and then I mean, what does Chris Paul do from here? He goes
and joins the Lakers.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He's gonna
join the Lakers or Nets if you want to win your title.
Yeah, he's got to get it.
He's running out of time here.
Go play with the Toon Squad or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But speaking of ratings, by the way, did you guys see the NFL the Madden ratings for wide receivers and how they gave Stephon Diggs? But why is Devontae Adams number 1? Why is he?
I don't know.
Why is he number 1?
You can argue he's
touchdowns.
Oh, by the way, they gave DeAndre Hopkins number 99 spectacular catch for one reason, of course.
Yeah.
They gave him when he had 99. So
what that means
ball bobbled anyway.
So that means when you play Madden, literally anytime you throw it to Hopkins, he's going to make the catch.
He's going to catch it.
He could have Jalen Ramsey, Tyron.
You could triple cover him. He's still gonna catch it.
Like Chicken Fitzpatrick, just all the best, like 3 of the best defensive backs in the league on him, and he's just gonna catch it like one hand.
Hold on, but it is Madden. You could have a 60 overall go in triple coverage and still catch it.
That's a fair point too.
Fix your game.
That's a fair point too. Yeah.
Fix Madden franchise, please.
Madden sucks, man.
Yeah, it does. I haven't bought it in over 2. No, I bought it last year. Never mind.
I'll take over your point. I haven't bought Madden since like 2013.
I wish I could say the same.
I bought it on sale for $20. Is that worth it? I think that's worth it. 20 bucks. Yeah,
I mean,
rather than getting $60 for me.
Where'd you get it from?
Wait.
For $20. Like, who'd you get it for $20?
On the PlayStation store? What?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
yeah.
I didn't know.
Oh,
okay, so
yeah,
so they still got your money. Okay,
Yeah,
I didn't know if you
yeah,
bought it
yeah,
for $20 from someone else.
No,
So then they're like,
20,
oh, see,
no,
oh, you didn't
$20
get your
from the
money.
place. Yeah,
I mean,
they still won my $20.
Still, they got $40 less than
Yeah, that
Market value.
That's
And
a far cry than the 175 I spent on NCAA 14 during the pandemic when I was bored.
Hey,
But I got it.
yeah.
You got it.
I mean,
Uh,
still got to wait 3 more years for
Exactly.
for it to come back.
I might go home and play before bed.
nice. All right. Any more? Oh wait,
Cole
yes.
Beasley's going all over Twitter.
Cole Beasley.
Do we got to get into this?
Yeah.
There we go.
Your guy.
Yeah, he's up. Yeah,
Oh, back to you. See your
that
guy.
guy.
See
That
him?
guy. Yeah, I see him. Yeah. What? Okay, yeah, he's refusing to get a vaccine. There's a bunch of other players also refusing to get vaccines as well.
Which is fine.
Yeah, that's
but,
just fine,
He's
yeah.
just, I don't know.
And then
I don't care that he doesn't want to get it. Just stop
Talking
just
about it.
saying false information
Yeah, just-
about like
he's
you just sound like an idiot.
Yeah, he's talking just to talk.
Yeah. Now he won't stop. And then
Yeah.
he says that he is gonna stop, and then a week later something else pops up and he keeps going again.
There's
And
gonna
then,
be a
he,
whole
and then he
rap.
comments on to Jerry Hughes.
There's gonna be a whole rap song about this now. I'm calling it.
Oh my god,
You're
yeah.
gonna have a whole album.
Go ahead,
a whole
just-
album.
Go ahead, just go rap.
Go ahead.
Guys. I
Yeah,
don't,
go ahead on that.
just go rap.
We have Emmanuel
I
Sanders
don't
now.
care.
Go ahead.
Like, just go rap. Whatever. Just
Yeah, and then that's
yeah, go put it in a rap song. Just keep talking. Just stop tweeting about it.
I mean, the NFL hasn't really responded. What are they going to do with them? Are they going to put vaccinated players in one area and put unvaccinated ones in the other one?
Well, they'll probably just make them wear
Yeah,
masks.
yeah,
they wear a mag. Yeah.
Which that's exact. Which
Yeah.
again, like that's why it's fine if you don't want to get vaccinated. Just follow the protocols.
Yeah,
Follow
it's-
the rules that are in place.
They said if you don't want to get vaccinated and you cost your team, by getting sick, then your team's gonna forfeit the game. So
Yeah.
that's your chance that
And
you're
you gotta
taking.
forfeit your game check.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
it's the risk you're gonna take.
I saw that 10 teams are 90% vaccinated now. So I mean,
Oh,
more
okay.
of the league,
Yeah.
more of the league is getting vaccinated.
And I don't
So,
know.
yeah,
I don't know. It's
And I think it was
not sounding like we're gonna get hit the front.
Yeah, and I think there was a
but-
report too. Like, some teams are actually mandating it. Like, they just want their players to be vaccinated.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
certain
the
up to
NFL is a
team.
private business, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the right to do that.
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah.
Well, the Vikings already made it a point by firing Rick Dennison,
Yeah.
our former offensive coordinator, because
Which-
he refused to get the vaccine. So
Right.
That could have been their way out of that as well, because Dennison
Yeah.
sucks.
A little
But,
excuse.
It's
yeah.
fair, that's
Just
fair.
but no, yeah, that's
so I'm trying to Google right now. I'm trying to
It hurts your
Google
team.
some NASCAR, but I haven't seen Anthony Alfredo's name for a while.
oh no.
What's going on here? Wait, didn't he put on a hat or something like that on Twitter?
Oh, he's
You-
doing.
you-
I think he was doing construction.
Yeah, it was
Blue collar right
Yeah,
there.
he's blue collar. right there.
Hardworking.
Oh, there we go. Last race he came in 32nd out of 37.
All right, that's the
Yikes.
show. We'll see you next week.
one more.
Yikes.
One more. Let's go one more. Oh, wait. He proved 2 weeks ago. He came in on. We're gonna end the show with this. Hold on a minute, guys. Bear with me. We're gonna do this. All right. Well, let's see. I'm gonna get this fast. Uh-oh. Let's see. Last 2 weeks, I think he came in 26 out of 37. 2 weeks ago.
All right, man.
All right, guys. I'll see
See
you
you
guys
next-
later.
And that was in
See ya.
Atlanta. Love you guys.